I'd like to add one that you made me think of when you were talking about the different characteristics. I had dinner a couple of years ago with a guy, really well-known multi-billionaire. And this guy has like 35,000 employees in the US and then thousands in Canada and stuff. Yeah. And so I asked him because, hiring, finding the right staff, finding the right team is always really a challenge in any kind of leadership.
Yeah.
And I thought, with thousands and thousands of employees, how do you find the right people? So I said to him, what is it that you're looking for?
Yeah.
Like if you're doing an interview or you're looking for a person in any position of leadership, what are the criteria that you're looking for?
Yeah.
And he said, there's only one thing I care about. I thought, that's interesting. One thing. He said, everything is about attitude. He said, if I've got the right attitude, I can train them to do anything I need them to do.
True.
Yes.
But if they got the wrong attitude, it doesn't matter how good they are at their job.
Yeah.
And whatever attitude they bring in, it will become the culture of the whole organization.
That's so true.
So if I have the right attitude, my whole organization seems happy and good rapport, good feelings all around. But if I get the wrong attitude guy there, he takes the whole ship down with that.
I love that, Daniel.
So
Thank you for sharing that. I love that. That's so true though, isn't it? Yeah, it resonates.
Look for, like this is how I might think of it.
Yeah.
Look for the guy in your church that you say, I wish my whole church was that guy.
Yeah.
Or that lady.
Or that girl,
And because they're going to reproduce after themselves.
Yeah, that's so good. I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So we've talked about kind of the leading up part to succession.
Yeah.
We've talked about what to look for in the next generation. But what about, I saved the best part for last.
Yeah.
What about when you first take over?
Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge there?
So Kate and I are disruptors.
Particularly
me. I instinctively know that the right thing to do initially is to do something pretty quick that's different than what's gone before. And
why? Why do you say that?
And the reason for that is to show that to everyone, look sharp, this is not that now. This is something new, something fresh. And I learned it just from the scriptures. The Holy Spirit comes, boom, in Jerusalem. 3,000 are saved. Then there's this period of extraordinary growth and explosive growth. And then what happens? God allows persecution literally within, I don't know how long the time was, but by the time you get to Acts chapter 8, and in fact, starting with 6, with Stephen, the story of Stephen, persecution explodes. That God allows that disruption. And suddenly the church, the disciples that were told, it's Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the ends of the earth. And they're holding it in Jerusalem. Whoa, my shadow's healing people. I don't know how it went, but Peter's shadow healed them. It's pretty heady stuff. And then God allows persecution to hit them because they were supposed to have gone. And I don't know if maybe because they hadn't, I don't know what. But what I do know is that persecution slung them all out, sent them all out all over, and the world has never been the same since. Yeah. And I think that, for us, just not doing nightly meetings in Raleigh was disruptive. For us, saying to John and Carol and them in full agreement, Toronto's no longer the epicenter of our ministry. We're global now. We don't have an epicenter. We're global. We're multiple. We're going to be multiple all over the world. So we can't be like, a solar system revolving around the sun of Toronto.
So we're going to make decisions that are going to take our focus away from Toronto because we're going to focus in different cities and nations.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that we did when we started leading Catch the Fire World was we want to honor our elders.
Yes.
We've got John and Carol. We've got our leaders of the Partners in Harvest Network, Dan and Gwen Slade, and we had some others in the wings. But we want to create a context where they together are elders for us and advisors, apostolic advisors that are kind of just really free at large without a lot of responsibility, just to go and raise and bless our churches, raise up
part-time
our
salaries
leaders and have a place of honor so that they just don't get sidelined. I think part of John and Carol's joy at seeing us lead is that they know they're still connected.
Yeah, we've taken care of all of our elders.
That
they're
they
still
have a
with
place.
us.
and a place of belonging and a place of
Influence.
ministry and influence around us.
But without the responsibility of daily
having to
leadership.
lead the daily leadership and helping to raise up some of our global team leaders that are in their 40s, 50s.
So in other words, take care of those that have gone before you.
Yeah.
That's one of the, be a disruptor in the sense of do what God's calling you to do, but at the same time, bring everyone that's been with you, unless they choose not to, but give them the chance and honor them. And I think, when I look at you, Daniel, you've done that extremely well. I mean, you have honored Reinhard Bonnke. You're a steward of his legacy, even though, and the whole ministry is in that sense, even though you're not a cookie cutter copy in any shape or form. God's blessed you guys in amazing ways, and you're doing stuff that is multiplied beyond, which is amazing. But you walk in honor. And I think that there's something about that, The
Lord honors that.
He does. He honors that.
He does.
He does. He loves it when we honor our fathers and mothers in the spirit.
I mean, think of how often God was faithful to the children of Israel on account of the patriarchs.
Yes.
Like it mattered to him. He remembers those faithful servants. And I think what you said is so important. When you do take over for a previous generation, you owe them a debt that you really can never repay.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's how we feel, don't we, Kate?
We do. We always say that.
And if you default on that debt, God notices.
Yeah.
And I think so. I've seen ministries where somebody takes over and they cast the old guard aside. They cut them off. They don't support them financially. And they just do their own thing. I don't think the Lord appreciates that.
No.
Did you find, though, that there were people that they were not happy because they just wanted you to keep doing the old thing?
Oh, yeah.
And because of that, there's friction. And it's like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be doing this new thing. You're supposed to keep continuing the old pattern.
Yeah, we tried to get present with them, spend time with them, spoil them a little bit, and help them to
transition.
Feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Help them to transition.
And did everybody come along on that? Yeah.
Some didn't actually. No. Some ministries didn't, and that has to be okay. Yeah. We're not going to win everybody.
No. And there is an element that when there's a change of guard with a new leader of a church, that there's a lot of people that leave because they don't necessarily think that those people are ready or whatever. And, we always say, whosoever will.
Yeah, that's it.
If the Lord wants you to follow us and be part of this, please come along. But if he's calling you to go somewhere else, we're good with that.